The 14th question goes on to ask PQR is a triangle in which RS is perpendicular to PQ and QT is perpendicular to PR and intersect at O. Prove that QOR is equal to 180 minus angle P. For this triangle, applying angle sum property, I can get this angle, this one, QRS or SRQ. I obtain this angle of this triangle. Now again, catching hold of this triangle, again I will get hold of TQR or PRT, whichever. And once I get these two triangles, again I put angle sum property to arrive at QOR. That is the plan of action. And you can see that I have got hold of SRQ angle applying the angle sum property, and TQR also by the same rule. Now getting hold of these two angles in my hand, angle Q and angle R, now I take hold of this angle QOR, which is the LHS component of my proof. You can see for this triangle again I place the angle sum property, and now I substitute these values for SRQ and TQR, and I obtain in terms of QOR. Since I have QOR in terms of angle Q and angle R, inner ones, not the whole one, now I take the bigger triangle PQR and the full part, the PQR and the PRQ. Here I have Q and R in my hands, and therefore I have 180 minus P, and that is exactly the proof required by me. I wish to revisit this part again. It is this triangle that I have taken, therefore this is the component and it is the complete angle, not this part of it. I have picked the complete angle of Q and for this will be the complete angle of R. Therefore there is no confusion about that. And picking this angle, this Q and this R, as you can see, for this triangle, again for this triangle I am not considering this part, I am taking only R of this triangle, and for this triangle, for this component I am only picking this component of this, and the whole part is for the bigger triangle and the small part is the other side of the triangle. Hence this is how the explanation can be taken up for the smaller inside triangle. And finally the conclusive proof has been arrived at.